So good morning. My name is Monika Yetsin. I'm working for Global Water Partnership, and within InnoSed, we are in charge with work package 7, which is dissemination and communication. The reason why we are here today is because we launched a call for the associated regions, and we would like to brief you on how this call works, with the hope that you are joining us in this journey. Let me introduce you Dr. Sándor Baranya, who is the project leader from the Budapest University of Technology and Economics, and Barbara Kéri, who is the project manager. Sándor, I invite you to explain us a little bit about InnoSed and about this call.
Thank you, Moni. Good morning to everyone. Thanks for being with us. So yes, we are on behalf of the Budapest University of Technology and Economics. We are the project coordinator of the InnoSed project, which is being implemented within the Horizon Europe program. Let me share my screen. The idea for the today talk, we are not going to be long, is to give you the context of can you see my screen shared? Okay, cool. Where we are inviting you to be part of the project. I will give you a short overview about the content of the project, and then Barbara will take over and will give you some ideas about the operative parts of the application for the associated regions call. So this is the name of the project, InnoSed, which is about innovative solutions of sediment management within the Danube River Basin. The project is implemented within the Horizon Europe program, as I mentioned. Within that, this is a so-called lighthouse program, which means that the solutions, what we will work out within the project period, have to be taken over by areas outside the Danube River Basin, and this is the main reason why we are inviting associated regions into the project, which is a mandatory point of the project implementation. So we started the project last year. We are just turning into the second year. The project is a 5-year-long one, so we still have a lot of time, but we have a lot of work ahead of us. We are a large international consortium. You can see that 46 partners we have, and you can also see the budget within which we have an allocated part only for the associated regions, like 500k euros, what we have to spend on these smaller projects. So we are the leaders. We have 24 funded partners, and we have a lot of associated partners, and this is how we are building up. We are covering basically the whole Danube River Basin in terms of geographical locations, and the consortium is made of basically from the partnership or the core partnership of 2 former projects. This is basically following the text from the call, where it was written that we have to build on the outcomes of the so-called Danube Sediment Project and the Simona Project. Both of them were focusing on sediment-related issues in the last years, and we were lucky enough to have the core partners from these 2 very projects, focusing on both the sediment quantity-related problems and the sediment quality-related problems. In terms of the disciplines, there are very different kind of institutions involved, from research institutes, universities, practitioners like water managers, small companies, national parks, hydropower companies, so like the stakeholders. We have policymakers as well. We have ICPDR on board, and ministries. as well as waterway administration institutes. And we are not alone in terms of the project topic. We are very much related to other ongoing initiatives like the Danube for All program, the Danube Sediment Q2. These are all ongoing projects where similar problems are being investigated. Just to understand better why we are dealing with this topic, sediments within the Danube River Basin. In these previous projects, what I mentioned, we have shown that there are significant problems in relation to the sediment continuity within the system, but also in relation to the sediment quality. And these are like the main statements and outcomes from the previous projects, what you can see here. Due to the different anthropogenic impacts in the river basin, we have a completely, out of balance of the sediment transport within the not only in the Danube River but also in the tributaries, so all along the river basin, due to the different river regulation measures, due to the construction of hydropower plants, and the sediment continuity is disrupted very much. This is what you can see on the figure on the top, how the sediment load within the system changed before and after the construction and operation of the hydropower plants. We are aware of the problem that these large structures and the reservoirs, the impoundments are trapping the sediments, and we have kind of sediment-hungry sections on the free-flowing parts of the river system where bed incision is taking place. These are like the most significant problems, but these are affecting a lot of water utilization areas, from navigation to hydropower production, groundwater levels, ecological problems. And the EU understood this problem, and this is why they initiated this cause. And we have, by the way, we are all three of us in this program. INNOSED is one of them, but we have two other sister projects. All the three of them are focusing on innovative sediment solutions for the Danube River Basin and also outside the river basin. And this is the structure. We are kind of following the lighthouse approach, what I explained before, that all the solutions, what we work out has to be able to work, and we have to replicate them outside the river basin. We have different scientific pillars. That's what you can see on the bottom. We are working out innovative solution, both in terms of monitoring sediments, modeling sediment transport in different scales. This is the knowledge what we will use for the demonstration part. You will see later on that we have several demonstration actions within the program where we will go for real implementation of different kind of measures. For this, we are following this approach, so like building up from the co-creation, co-design activities together with stakeholder involvement. We are not only focusing on technical solutions, but we are incorporating the social and economic aspects as well as the environmental impacts. And then we will go for real implementation like construction and other kind of measures. We will also have like digital solutions in areas where it's not possible to go for implementation because they are so large and so complex. We would like to assess the impacts of these measures, and as the main goal of the project, we would like to set up this Lighthouse Knowledge Center, which is basically a hub of different services, and this is what you can see in the end of this slide, that we are setting up a web platform for interactions. We are inviting citizens from different levels, like from school students until experts, to perform citizen science activities. And we will have different training activities like workshops. We will have a summer school next year, for instance, and other kind of material we will work out. And in the last point, this is what you can see here with the associated regions. We have to come up with roadmaps, how we are thinking about the implementation of these measures and these methodologies in other parts of the world, within Europe, but also outside Europe in other river basins. And this is where you guys come into the picture. This is an innovation project, which means that we have to work out a different kind of innovative solutions. We basically provided a list of those in the proposal. This is what you can see here in this list. So different kind of measurement techniques, modeling techniques, different kind of measures. You can see the sediment atlas here, which is going to be a comprehensive collection of different sediment related features. And these are the things what you guys could take over and replicate in your areas. This is one thing what we are trying to focus on in relation to the associated regions. Just to have some ideas what kind of innovations we are working on. You might be aware that it's very challenging to measure the bedload transport in rivers, especially in large ones like the Danube. So we came up and we are still working on that to use a really novel technique to measure the bedload transport, like using surrogate techniques, not using physical samplers, but using indirect like multi-beam and ADCP based techniques to track the bedload transport. This is what you could also test in your areas. We are working on, for instance, a new kind of robot boat to take water samples, to perform different kind of sediment measurements within the rivers in this unmanned way or manner. And this is also something what you could use and test in your areas. We are using remote sensing for analyzing the sediment transport, not only sediments, by the way, also microplastics and macroplastics, which should be part of this project. We are using sophisticated machine learning techniques. We are using like AI to detect, you can see it on this video, to detect macroplastic pollution in rivers. And all these techniques are now in the development phase and testing phase. So they are not yet ready, but calling for further different testing approaches in other kinds of rivers compared to the ones where we are testing them as of now. Different numerical modeling techniques are being developed, like from the very large scale basin-wide transport models, where not only the hydrological features are considered, but also different features like pollutants, but also the suspended sediment can be simulated on this very large scale. And, you know, basin-wide measures, the impact of basin-wide measures can be analyzed with such tools. And maybe not on this large scale, but on smaller, but still watershed scale could be analyzed and used by you in your areas. Also, we are working on digital twin solutions, like this figure shows the one focusing on the Danube Delta region, which is too large and too complex to be analyzed with the field measurement data. And so we went for this like parallel monitoring and numerical modeling activities. We are also working out such a digital twin for the iron gates, which is also very large and complex situation in terms of sediment issues and sediment phenomenon. Just to have an idea about the demonstrations and pilot studies, if you wish, within the program. You can see that we will have 8 of those within the river basin, not only on the Danube, but also in tributaries from Germany to Romania, basically in all Danubian countries. We will have one demonstration actions, and really different problems will be analyzed here. Like in Germany, we have a tributary of the Danube where they have hydropower plants and problem with the bed load transport continuity. So they are the German colleagues are working out the method how to transport the bed load through this chain of hydropower plants. A little bit similar but different problem in the Austrian Danube section, where they have this huge impoundment at the Aschach area, where the fine sediment transport is disrupted, and they have ecological problems in relation to this, and they have to find a way how to transport the sediment through this very large obstacle in the river. On the other hand, we have bed incision, bed erosion problems in the Hungarian section of the Danube, where in the last 50 years, there was a 2-meter erosion on the average of the riverbed. And so we are testing sediment feeding or sediment nourishment in one of the in a shorter section. And all these activities will go until the implementation part together with the impact assessment. As I said, we will have digital twin solutions. We will have sediment quality related assessments and measures. In this case, for the Drava River, which is also a tributary of the Danube. So really wide spectrum about different sediment management issues are tackled within the demonstration actions. This is just how to say a more detailed illustration of one of the demonstration actions in the Hungarian section, where, as I mentioned, we have problems with the bed erosion. This is an illustrative cross-section, series of cross-sections from different years, where you can see that how significantly the bed eroded in the last, was that like 65 years. The magnitude is like 10 meters. And this is not unique in the Danube River system. We can see it basically in all the free-flowing sections, that due to the lack of the natural sediment supply from upstream, the river stretches are being eroded in this significant way. So we have to do something with that. And we are, in this case, we are analyzing it with numerical models, the different kind of measures, what happens if we widen the river, what happens if we artificially supply sediment in this river section. And then at the end, still during the project implementation, we will go for one of these measures and test it in one-to-one scale, if you wish, and analyze the impacts of it. So we will have a lot of new kind of knowledge in these terms, and this is what is being provided towards the associated regions. And just to have some ideas, but this is not comprehensive at all, just a few ideas what kind of topics you could go for, like because you have the limitation in terms of time and financial frame as well, what you have to consider here. What we thought about is, for instance, like feasibility studies could be developed in relation to some kind of sediment problem or sediment management technique in your case study area, or to co-create, co-design some kind of sediment measure, especially if you have any kind of ongoing project to which the INNOSED can give support. You can come up with similar numerical modeling approaches in form of digital twin solutions. We have experts in the consortium who are working for long on digital twin methodologies. You can go for small kind of improvements in sediment monitoring, like purchasing different kind of improvement or infrastructure equipment, for which we can give a lot of suggestions. We have a lot of experience with the different kind of monitoring techniques, so you can count on us in this relation as well. Local scale nature-based solutions could be applied most probably locally, again due to the limitations, but this is something what you could go for. Or the involvement of citizens in terms of awareness raising activities or citizen science approaches, like this example what you can see down here with the small modeling box what we have here, and or to prepare some kind of sediment action plan, which could be part of this replication roadmap what we proposed. So again, these are just ideas, but it's really up to you what kind of activity you would like to apply for. But we are here to discuss if it fits to the project and how it could be best suited to our project activities. And this is from my part. Barbara will take over, and then we can have the Q&A part. Whatever kind of question you guys have, then we can discuss it later on. So thank you, and I stop here and I give it over to Barbara.
Until Barbara is preparing her presentation, I'm kindly asking you, the participants, to put in chat your email addresses, because then we can send you these presentations if you are interested via email. So just put them in chat, and Barbara is going to contact you if you are interested in the presentations. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. If you don't want to put it for everyone, you can also put it, so on the chat, you can also send it only messages to me, so you can also do that.
Exactly.
Okay, so about the Associated Regions call, I will give a summary. Basically, most of this information or all of this information is available on the website. First, we'll just give an overview, and then about the timeline, eligibility questions, how should you apply, and about the evaluation process and some tips. So about the overview, the main idea behind the call is to support the implementation of the Horizon Europe Ocean Mission and demonstrate the transferability of the results of the project in some small-scale pilots. And this is hopefully going to be done through the Associated Regions. There is this list of type of activities that I think Sándor also mentioned, but just to be clear that these are here on the below part of my slide, what we can support. Improvement of sediment management, improvement of monitoring, awareness raising, how sediment management could be implemented in national policies, nature-based solutions, and so on. So here is the timeline, what we have set up. We have opened the call in September, middle of September. We had a webinar already in the middle of October, and now this as well. The deadline for the call is 17th of November. We will do the eligibility check afterwards. This is going to be the first part of the evaluation. Then there will be a remote evaluation of the information that you have put into your application. And there will be a decision and preparation of contracts. So about the eligibility, I think this is one of the most important part. The applicant must be a local or regional authority, and sorry, from an associated region, and that means that how to say this, a local or regional authority whose role has to be significant and relevant for showcasing this feasibility, replicability of the project. So as applicants are not eligible, the following entities: universities, technical providers, SMEs, startups, NGOs, other private companies cannot be considered as local or regional authorities. Hence cannot receive the funding through this associated regions call. But they can be the contracted parties of the applicants. The topics have to be aligned with the InnoSed project and the objectives of the call. And the second eligibility part is that the applicants have to be legally established in either member states of the European Union or Horizon Europe associated countries, I'm sorry, but not part of the InnoSed consortium. So we have made a map just to visualize what does this mean. All the orange countries are associated or could be associated with the InnoSed project. So here is where we are waiting for your inputs or applications. Yes, and about the funding scheme, from the project overall budget, we have put towards this financing scheme 500,000 euros, meaning the maximum amount of financial support to each party could be maximum 100,000 euro, and we would like to support 5 projects or sub-projects. Still about the eligibility, there are 2 sister projects, as Sándor mentioned. We can only, support those sub-projects that are not benefiting from the support received by or from the sister projects. The funding or the cost related to the funding will be actual cost based. So the eligible costs are like the normal Horizon Europe actual cost. There are personal costs, purchase costs, travel and subsistence, equipment, other goods, works and services, and indirect costs as well. The requested funding will be granted in 2 payments. Each sub-project will receive the first payment, 50% of the budget in the first month, and there will be a final payment after we have realized or checked the implementation of the pilot and the final report was approved, including the deliverables that our project has based on the associated regions. So what are like important issues? How to apply? English is the official language, and the submissions done in other languages will not be evaluated, so please do it in English. I'm sorry. Submission through email to the innosed@bme.hu. Only one proposal will be accepted for funding per applicant, so the last one that arrives before deadline if you are sending more. The submission of the application form is mandatory. This is a document which will be the basis for the evaluation. And as I already said, the call accepts application until 17th November, 4 p.m. How the evaluation will go? First, as I said, there will be an eligibility check. We will check the existence of this legal entity in an eligible country. Only one proposal per I'm sorry, per associated region will be accepted, and also per applicant, and that is the goal aim or the aim of the sub-project is aligned with the InnoSed project. So the remote evaluation, if you pass the eligibility check, will have 5 criteria. One about relevance, how the proposal is fit with the principles of the InnoSed project, how the resources will implement this action, how strong is the local network of the organization, and what will be the impact of the project, also on the InnoSed project, but also on the spot. So we have prepared some tips for you. First, please read the guidelines for the applicants pretty carefully. We have put in a lot of information in that. Read the application form carefully as well. This will be the basis for your proposal. Please do not wait until the last minute to submit your proposal, because if there is some system or network failure, we will not accept it as an excuse if we don't receive it on time. About data protection and confidentiality, please, the InnoSed contract with the European Commission means that we will comply with the confidentiality and the no conflict of interest clauses, but we will have to provide a summary of who applied for the call. Engage us and ask questions. You can also contact us via emails, just to avoid misunderstandings. And also here, of course, please ask questions. So for the application form, I also put together some tips. Please define some clear objectives, what you would like to target, and take care that the project objectives are fit with the InnoSed project. You should show the evidence that the project team has the necessary skills and infrastructure to be able to implement this sub-project, and also define some clear mission and deliverables that align with the objectives of the open call and the timeline. If you put up not just the objective, but you make also some key performance indicators for your sub-project, it would be even better. We could use that or understand it more. And please also take care that the dissemination, communication, exploitation is also part of your sub-project. Thank you for your attention. The floor is open for questions.
Yes, so if you would like to ask questions, you can do it now by raising your hand, and I will open the questions now. No questions? Fabienne. So Fabienne, please. You are muted, so
Yes, my apologies.
no, it's much better.
Thank you for letting me ask you a question. I'm really sorry I'm speaking quickly because I'm traveling.
Oh.
And I'm especially joining this meeting to have a question regarding a quite specific case in Kosovo. In Kosovo, there is a river basin district authority that is established at national level, and there is no sub-level like subdivision of the per river basin. So there is no regional or river basin authorities that is established at local level. So my question is, when an authority is established at national level, in this case, and there's as a executive body of the Ministry of Environment, so governmental level, can we still consider it as a local/regional authority or not? Keeping in mind that there is no water agency at river basin level in this country, at least.
Thank you, Fabian, for the question. My initial response is, I think that it is not possible, but I think best would be if you could send this question in an email to our email address. I will send you an email. You put in your email address, so you will have our email addresses, and then we will ask the European Commission, because I think this is a question above our head to decide, because they set up the local and regional authority point.
Thank you. I understand. Yes, for sure. I will ask this question. I understand that it's really specific, but it's also a big problem in a country where we do not have sub levels of the national level for water management, which means that basically we cannot really apply to such fund where it will be relevant.
Yeah.
Okay, I will send this question, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Amalie?
Yes, hello. Thank you for this really nice overview. I have just one question, and maybe you already described this or answered this, so apologies if it's the same. As far as I understand, the main applicant, as you mentioned, has to be a local or regional authority. But do you have any ideas about how many partners would be in a project team? And also, can the local authority do subcontracting to a university, for instance?
Yes, so to make sure, because all the applicants have to be local and regional authorities, that's why we decided that we are not accepting consortiums. We are only accepting one applicant that has to fulfill this criteria. But contracting and subcontracting is possible. So that's why we also said that for the project team, for the description of who will be working on them, we can accept if I don't know, like a local authority says that yes, we will have a university subcontracted, and they will do this part of the work, and these are the experts who will participate.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Amalie. We have a question in the chat. Let me ask. Hi, where will be this webinar or the presentation available?
So the webinar we will put up to the InnoSed website, so you can watch it there. And for the presentation, if you put in your email address in the chat, we will send it to you.
I think, Oksana, did you put it? Because I know.
Not yet. She arrived later, I think.
Okay. She said, thank you very much. Okay. Other question? Gülay Yilmaz, we are a research. Let me open the question. We are a research and training institute within the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry in Turkey. Can we apply? We are conducting basin-based research projects related to sedimentation problems. So they are a research and training institute within the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry.
I mean, by the law, I think this would mean that the ministry would be the applicant, and unfortunately, we cannot accept the application from the ministry. The ministry is clearly a national level. But if you have the same issues like Fabian described, please also write it in an email, and then we will ask it.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Anybody else?
Yes, hello. Pavel from Warsaw University of Life
Hi,
Sciences.
Pavel.
One question, also related to this, let's say, units that can apply. Is national park, which is in some kind of, let's say, local setting, but it's a national park, is it allowed to apply for such a project?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
If it is in somewhere in the law that it describes that the national park doesn't mean that it's the responsible for all the national.
No. It's only,
But it's
it's regional.
somewhere-
Yeah, it's.
Yeah. I'm just saying this because when I asked exactly this question from the commission, and the initial answer was that national park. Oh, that's national. No, and I was like, no. Wait a minute. They are like locally responsible for an area. So okay, they were like, okay, but then you need to prove that it is really only locally responsible, not or regionally responsible, whatever we choose, but not nationally. So I say the answer is yes, but we need some kind of, I don't know, like from the law or how the national park was
Established.
Yeah, their status or something like that. Yeah, their responsibilities. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
And for all the research institutes and training institutes, I would say that maybe you should use your networks and find some possible local and regional authorities who could apply, and you could be the participant of the project by contracting or subcontracting. Because we know that this is a very specific topic, and probably research institutes and universities are how to say most familiar with it, and not local authorities. That's why we think this could be like a common ground.
Any other question? I saw that Salom joined only now, and I guess you did not hear anything about the presentations. But if you put your email address in the chat, you will receive the presentations via email from Barbara, and you can ask your questions also via email.
And you can watch the recording
Yes.
of the webinar later on the website.
Because we are going to publish this the recording on the website, so you can watch it. Is there anybody else who would like to ask a question? So everybody happy, because then we can go and work. Good. Thank you very much for your participation. And I cross my fingers for the applicants, because I am sure that you will be able to find the local authority, and you will be able to apply together with them. So thank you again. Bye.